Do you still remember?
Of course I do.
Oh, awesome.
Those people who throw stones at cars, that happened to me. I was kind of traumatized. We have so much history pala together.
Yeah.
I kind of like it because it's a nice little exercise. There are a lot of stuff that even I didn't know about within the band.
Wow.
Simply put, I guess the band wanted to set the record straight. When I was starting out, I guess nothing really frightened me. I think that's the number one thing I hate about modern music. Oh, that's a good question.
Hello, everyone, and welcome back to another episode of Once and Always a Fanboy with me, your host, Chris Cantada Force. To call this episode iconic would be an understatement. I wouldn't be a musician I am now without the influence of this person. He has created incredible music with his bands like Pupil, the Mongols, the Oktaves, and of course, Eraserheads. He just released his second solo album called Method Adaptor last year, and their brand new documentary titled Combo on the Run will be in theaters this March. And of course, he's also a fellow Star Wars fan. Fangirls and Fanboys, Ely Buendia.
Hey, hi Chris.
Hey.
Thanks for having me.
Of course, this is so cool. So I don't know if you remember, but you gave us a song in our first album with Sponge Cola called Stone's Throw. Do you still remember?
Of course I do.
Oh, awesome. So until this day, I still have great memories recording that and even performing that. I've always wanted to ask what that song was about. Like, do you still remember? Like,
I think that song came about because of something that happened to me when I was driving down NLEX. You know, those people who throw stones at cars? That happened to me. And it hit my windshield, dislodged the rear view mirror, and cracked the windshield. Buti na lang, that's all it was. And nobody was hurt. I was with my daughter at that time in the passenger seat. So, I was lucky. And I was kind of traumatized. Of course, the song is not solely about that, but the idea took off from that experience.
Aside from music, we also have a passion for Star Wars. I remember I wore a Stormtrooper costume for your son's birthday party with AIDS.
That's right.
Long ago. What is the extent of your...
I just... We have so much history pala together.
Yeah. Because we have the Sponge Coal and then we have the geekery side, like with Adrian Arcega.
And Adrian, of course.
Yeah. So what is the extent of your passion with Star Wars? Because, I mean, for me, it's like overboard because like I write songs about Star Wars. I have Star Wars tattoos. I go to Star Wars conventions. So what is it for you?
Well, of course, a Gen Xer, I saw the movie in theaters when it first came out. Saw the trilogy. I was 7 during the first one, episode 4. I was 10 when Empire came out. I was, I think, 13 when Return of the Jedi came out. And that Return of the Jedi was the first movie I saw alone in a cinema. So all of those movies were kind of super core memories for me. And the first movie, of course, made me a super fan of movies. And I fell in love with movies because of the first Star Wars. And I still love them to this day. Like I watch the trilogy, the original trilogies every year, almost every year.
Wow.
Yeah.
When it comes to your own music, do you think about the evolution of current music consumption when you write your new songs?
Well, spending most of my time these past few years being a businessman and a label owner, of course, every day that crosses my mind. So I can't help also thinking about that. I put on my CEO label owner cap most of the time, even when I'm just humming melodies. Like, so I can't help it now. Before it wasn't an issue or it wasn't a consideration, But now it's like my brain is hardwired to think about, the market and how any type of product music wise would be met in the current
Yeah.
situation, current industry situation. I kind of like it because it's a nice little exercise. It also gives me certain parameters which otherwise I would, again, free to do anything, and that to me is kind of paradoxically constricting when you have a lot of options. And that's not no different when I'm writing songs. Like I could literally go off in endless directions, so that helps me focus
Okay.
and concentrate on the important stuff. Like for Method Adaptor, when I was writing the songs, I try not to think about it because, of course, you're thinking of authenticity and the way you can best describe your feelings or your ideas and translate that to music and lyrics. But at the same time, there's something in there in my head that's also, it's like a conscience, kumbaga. Do your fans think this should be out there? Most of the songs in Method Adapter are more emotional than all my previous works. So that's always a consideration, how it will be met, what standards am I
Yeah.
going for with the music, and stuff like that.
Yeah, yeah.
That I try not to like overthink, but at the same time, I like I said, being a businessman now, I can't help but
Yeah.
think.
For Combo on the Run, when did that idea of filming begin? Was it something you guys knew about when you were preparing for the 2022 reunion concert? Was it like simultaneous?
So Combo on the Run was yes, simultaneous with the 2022 reunion
Reunion.
show, but none of the members had any hand in it. Like all of a sudden, literally, we were rehearsing, and all of a sudden there was like a film crew there, and we just found out that there was going to be a documentary. I mean, the band's always been filmed all the time.
Yes.
So we never really asked or questioned it, like why are we doing a
Yeah, true,
documentary?
true. Yeah, yeah.
It's like everything's being documented
Yes.
anyway. It only dawned on us how this would impact the dynamics of the band, and how it would impact our careers from then on, from the start of the reunion until now. The director, si Diane, of course, is very connected to us.
Yeah.
We were in a relationship. I mean, me and Diane before, and she was sort of a participant in also in the history of the E-head. So I guess if anyone was
Who's gonna do it?
gonna do it, it would be her. And it took about 2 years for her to finish the movie, and yeah, I'm glad that it's finally done. It's coming out in March.
Coming from the band scene myself, I know from personal experience how there are moments in your career that you allow the public to know about, and some you want to keep private between the parties involved. What makes Combo on the Run different from the other documentary or other documentaries that came before when it comes to how much of yourselves you allowed to become public?
There has been a bunch of documentaries before, and some of those we participated in, willingly gave interviews. But most of them were kind of in a different era, and so you can only get so much like insight.
Yeah.
If you were supposed to be doing an interview with us and you wanted to know how we felt about certain situations, then those answers would be so much different than what we were willing to say
Yeah.
when we were interviewed now for Combo on the Run. So there's a huge difference, I guess, in the insights and how honest we were with our answers. And I've seen the film, and I can tell you that there are a lot of stuff that even I didn't know about within the band.
Wow,
and the dynamics of it, and how each member felt about certain stuff. Even I was surprised how I felt about certain stuff.
Yeah.
And there's something about being interviewed with cameras on that is sort of it's like therapeutic in a way, and cathartic.
Okay.
Yeah, I think that would best describe the movie for the band. It's really cathartic.
So, of course, as a movie buff, how cool is it having Warner Brothers distributing this film locally? How did that come about?
Apparently, Warner, and I didn't know this before, Warner is now like distributing local movies. I was surprised also that the whole staff and crew of Warner's are big fans of the Heads. That's why they wanted to distribute the movie. And yeah, of course, it's great to have that logo in there. Like even the director during the screening at the Warner's offices was like she couldn't contain herself. She wanted she was filming just the logo.
Okay.
Yeah,
That's awesome. What do you hope people will take from watching Combo on the Run?
I guess there has been a lot of parang bad press or controversies, a lot of controversies regarding the band members, a lot of wrong info. So simply put, I guess the band wanted to set the record straight and sort of take control of the narrative, and probably cement, I hope, our legacy as a band, as an OPM band.
So, since this podcast is called Once and Always a Fanboy, what are you currently fanboying over right now? Like the past few days or weeks?
Well, currently, I developed a love for Dan Da Dan, the anime.
Okay.
I can't wait to see the next episodes. My son and I, we were geeking out over that series. Ano pa ba? I think The Substance is one of the best, if not the best, movies last year. What else?
You're watching Squid Game, right?
Yeah, I've been binging on Squid Game. I think we're on episode 5. And I can't wait to finish it. Also, I've been revisiting my fandom for Prince. Been reading a lot on his life and the making of Purple Rain, the movie, and the album. So yeah, those are my current obsessions right now.
You have been a musician for decades. I'm curious, what was one of the things that frightened you about this industry when you were starting out that you can handle pretty well now?
When I was starting out, I guess nothing really frightened me. What frightened me was my current situation. Like, I was in college, and I didn't think I would graduate because I couldn't afford film school anymore. As you well know, this was the 80s, and there were no iPhones then.
Yeah.
If you wanted to make a film, you really had to rent your own camera, like a film camera.
Yeah.
And it was too late before I realized that I chose the wrong course. I was afraid of ending up in a dead end job that I didn't like, that I wasn't passionate about. But as far as
but musically, you were like, let's go.
I was really, I was confident because first of all, I loved what I was doing. I mean, even if we didn't make it, I would have still enjoyed performing and singing and writing songs. So there was no anxiety over that.
Very nice. So as you said before, you started your label Offshore Music Philippines in 2016. I'm sure you've mentored multiple artists throughout the years, but I guess with your own label, it's more close to home, so to speak. What do you think is a bad habit or a mistake that young artists are doing now that hinders their growth?
I think it's the goals that some artists set for themselves. It's like in offshore, whenever we are interested in an artist, we always have like a talk with them or an interview, if you will, just to get a vibe of them on what their priorities are, because we're gonna be partnering with them, and it's important that we like meet like on the same page, and some of them have really good goals and have really good heads on their shoulders, but others are kind of debilitated by a certain desire to, I guess, make it. Like that's their goal, be famous, and stuff like that, be popular, which is not wrong naman. I mean, I did want to be famous back in the day too, but not to the point that would be your sort of number one goal. And I think that's a mistake.
Okay. What is, it's a bit more techie. What is your favorite technological advancement in making and producing music? Like, what gadgets or plugins have you purchased in the last few years that just raised the bar when it comes to lessening the amount of steps needed to finishing a session? And on the other side of that, is there like a product or plugin that's being used nowadays that you feel takes out the essence of creating music? Like, for you, it creates a lazy musician or a songwriter.
Well, I'll answer that last question first.
Okay.
I think autotune sucks. It sucks as a tool, as a creative tool. The sound sucks. I think that's the number one thing I hate about modern music, and that particular genre. The autotune. Like they really make you sound like a robot, and
when they really crank it up.
They crank it up, and I guess in that kind of genre, they think that's cool or that's super aesthetic, but it's not me. So I tend to go for authenticity because of my background, of course, in rock. As far as cool plugins, I think AI has definitely reached that stage where I'm not talking about like AI writing songs. No, I'm not for that. Definitely
the separator. Are you talking about that?
Yeah, the separator. If we only had that back in the day, I mean, there was so much we could do, and I'm glad that it's like common now. Like you can remaster your songs, and then just it's a great tool for creativity. I think.
Like with the Beatles, they released something recently that they were able to separate John Lennon.
Yeah,
and his piano.
the last single. Yeah, now and then, and it makes you wonder. Like even the Beatles are kind of recognizing how this could help them in music making. That's how forward thinking they are, even at this stage in their careers.
I'm at this age, so I just turned 40 last Friday.
Hey.
So I'm at this age where I really feel what I eat. Like it manifests like in joint pains and muscle pains.
Feel what you eat?
Yeah, when you eat something, it manifests for me. Like I guess some people stomachache, but for me talaga I'm like, oh, okay, I think I ate something bad. So that wasn't something when I was 20 years old.
Oh yeah, definitely.
And I heard from Audrey when I was recording in your studio, she said this: food is both medicine and poison. She told that to me. Because when I eat good food, I feel fantastic. So I'm curious, what are your current food requests in your hospitality rider?
My current food requests, of course, I try to be, healthy, and try to influence the crew and the manager. So I put in some healthy stuff there, like of course there's vegan stuff there, which I rarely eat, of course. There are nuts and of course water. Ano pa ba, Day? What do we have on our rider?
Trail mix.
True.
Yeah, trail mix. Yeah, stuff like that. It's not really
Even
serious.
snacks.
Okay.
Mm-hmm.
So, not really like full blown crazy.
It's not full blown because I don't want to be a hypocrite. I love a burger now and then, and matter of fact, I ate a whole steak last night. Yeah, so the that was a phase I had like a few years back. I tried all those crazy diets like keto and all that, and but you really can't avoid the fact that like me, I'm in my 50s now, and the signs of dietary abuse are really showing. So I gotta be careful now. Yeah.
Your career has been so incredible that 3 or more generations have been blessed to know your music. Obviously, I can speak for myself. When one of the first songs I learned in the guitar was Pareko. And Aloha Milky Way was basically the soundtrack of my 7th grade. And my nephew, so he's 16 now, but he started loving your music and playing instruments after hearing your cassette tapes when he was like 10 or 11. Like how he got a hold of a cassette player, I have no idea. But do you have times in your life where you happen to have a moment to yourself and actually think of this impact?
No, yeah, it hits me all the time, especially when I'm out there performing, and you just really see how people respond to the music up until now. I've met, of course, kids who are apparently are fans of the music, kids who should be listening to other current artists
like the
now.
cranking of the autotune music.
Yeah. And whole families. Like I know a family that all of them, the parents and the kids, like frequent my shows, and it just I think it humbles you and keeps you grounded and makes you love what you're doing all the more, because to me that's the end goal, right? It's to communicate with people, and even though if they're relative strangers, your fans, it makes you think that you're not so different after all. There's a common ground between you, and that to me is really why I went into music in the first place.
So, last question. What song or album from the E-Heads catalog hits different when you reminisce about it? Maybe because of the experience of writing it, the experience of shooting the music video, or because of how much it means to a lot of people?
Oh, that's a good question. Most of the albums have really impacted me emotionally and mentally. But I would say the last album we recorded, Carbon Stereoxide, I think really holds up, and I could listen to still today without any embarrassment, because most of those albums prior to that were stuff that I didn't really think was done correctly, or there were a lot of mistakes, or the performance alone, like vocally, I would have done differently. But the last album I really liked because think that was the only time that the band and the members were really united to create a certain sound that we all parang agreed on, and that I think that's the only time that I really was proud to be in the E-Heads.
If you have any final words, you can just...
Method Adaptor is out now on streaming, and soon it will be out on physical media. Also, please go and watch Combo on the Run, the documentary. It will be released on March 21 until March 23 only. So it's only one weekend that you can see the movie. So please do watch that. Please support the offshore artists like of course Enamori, Pinkman, Allison. We have a lot of really good artists. So yeah, please support them.
Awesome. So that's it. Thank you so
Thanks,
much.
thanks, Chris.